Hi guys, Blake here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful upper Lake Taneycomo. It is, what day is it? Tuesday, April the 6th, and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. So, right now at this moment, I am setting in, I'm not going to remember. It's the flat, Andy Williams flat right here. Right here in the eddy. They are running 2 units, though the bank is dropping right now. We got about 8 inches of drop, maybe 10 inches, so I think maybe they've slowed it down a little bit under 2 units, possibly. I haven't looked since before I got on the water. Today, I'm going to start off throwing a sculpin and peach jig. That is with a sculpin head, 16th ounce, and I have that on 2-pound Trilene XL smooth cast monofilament line. Oh, all right. Another beautiful day here in the Ozarks. I believe we're sitting somewhere at the 70-degree mark, maybe 72. It's been partially cloudy all day, almost with a look and a feel like it wants to rain a little bit, but haven't seen that happen yet. Earlier this afternoon the clouds got pretty dark. It looked like it wanted to, but never did. Let's see, so I've been off all day. I've been at home painting jerk baits. I've not been in to hear many fishing reports. I did talk to Dwayne. He had a trip this morning. He said they came up here in the trophy area and threw sculpin and ginger jigs and caught a ton of fish. Said it was a really good morning of jig fishing for them. From the reports I hear, Captain Raznick had a trip this morning, and I believe they were drifting night crawlers out in front of the dock, and they wound up catching a 25-inch rainbow. Apparently it was a really big one. Right out in front of the dock, drifting night crawlers. That's pretty exciting. Other than that, I don't really have many reports. I know that eggs and scuds have still been what everybody's talking about drifting. That's been working for them when I get over here on this inside edge. I think the fish are maybe sitting more out in the middle still. The sun's just now starting to go down. It's just now 5:30. There we go. Seeing a little bit of a transition back to some of the other jig colors here. I think, now I haven't tried white in a couple days now, but I would still be willing to suspect that you could work a white jig and have some success. I thought about putting one on, but I really wanted to try out the other colors again. I did come in and do a little pre-fishing here, and I caught a couple on an all sculpin jig, but the sculpin and ginger and the sculpin and peach seem to be working a little bit better. Nice calm day here on the lake. Not very many boats out on the water. I only passed maybe 3 the entire time I've been up here. But I suspect in the next couple days it'll get pretty busy out here again. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, nothing officially on the first cast, by the way. Oh. Oh, that is a massive rainbow. He is doing some acrobatics. I wish I could have got those 2 jumps he did on camera. He is just flying out of the water. I don't know that he's really that long. I don't even know if he'll go 20 inches, but he is super fat. Just a butterball. An acrobatic butterball at that. Oh my. Okay, alright. I've only got 2-pound test on here, so you really got to play these fish right now because so many of them are just so heavy, so fat. Okay, I think I might get a chance if I'm quick enough. Oh, there he is. Come here, buddy. Hey, hey. Man, I've had a real problem lately with the fish getting that jig head tangled up in the net. And that's not a problem I usually have. Don't understand it. Well, he was hooked extra good. I highly doubt if that was ever going to come out. Well, that might be the best hook set I've ever had on a trout. I see what happened. There we go. Look at the size of that rainbow. Ah! Splashed me right in the face. Alright, well that was exciting. Well, I figured out what happened, by the way. So, he tangled that jig in the net and the hook wrapped around one of the pieces of the net and went back through his lip. And that was the reason. It's so hard to get that out of there. Okay. And so I'm drifting down this north bank here, over here on the shallow side, and I'm just fishing out towards the middle because I think that there's maybe a larger percentage of them laying out in the deeper water. But I can say that so far the Sculpin Peach, Sculpin Ginger colors have been working better than the all Sculpin today. I've only been out here for maybe an hour. But there's another one. Try to avoid using the net. go. And today I'm letting it sink for just a second. I'm giving it pretty aggressive jig action, but I am leaving a lot of slack in my line out there, which is allowing that jig to pop up real fast and then fall real fast again. I think a lot of the time they like that little tail flick. And one thing to note about fishing this shallow side, fishing out towards the middle, is that as you bring the jig back towards you, it's going to get shallower and shallower. So you need to speed up the jig time as it gets closer to you, or else you'll start hitting and dragging the bottom a whole lot. And that goes for anywhere on the lake that tapers in depth. If you know you're fishing a deep spot to begin with, you need to let it sink longer. And if you know that it shallows up when it gets back towards you, or vice versa, you need to adjust accordingly. That's going to keep your jig in that zone, in the strike zone, a lot better. And I don't know, there's not much of a breeze out here right now, but something is just slowly, ever slowly pushing me out towards the middle. So I'm going to get adjusted back over here real quick. I'm not exactly letting the jig touch the bottom. I'm trying to keep it off the bottom. There's still some pretty good moss strands of moss hanging. If you let it hit the bottom too much, you're just going to get a bunch of moss. So I'm trying to keep that jig right above the bottom. The water is still a little dingy, still a little bit of turbidity there. So I think that you can still get away with 4-pound tests for now. And I imagine it'll be a little dingy for a while. But it has cleared up a little bit since the floodgates were on. So if you seem to be struggling catching a fish, start by either decreasing the size of your bait or decreasing the size of your line, and see if that makes a difference. So I'm getting down here. I can see that the breeze on the lake is picking up quite a bit. And so what I'm going to start doing here is kind of laying my 2-pound line flat across the top of the water after each time I jig it. That'll prevent the wind from pitting too big of a loop in my line. So once you have too much hanging out, you either see the strike and miss it, or you don't ever feel it at all. So I'm just trying to do as good of a job as I can to keep that wind from pushing that line out much further. Which is why you see me dropping my rod tip back each time I jig it. In perfect conditions with no wind, I would just kind of keep it up here, but There was one right at the boat. Ooh, he's a flyer. See if I can get him to do another jump here. Usually if you're trying to land a fish, you don't want them to jump. They have a good chance of throwing that bait when they do, but it's fun to watch them do it. Another healthy rainbow. Okay. Calm down. Doesn't have quite the belly, but it looks like he's still been eating pretty good. And we are just now entering the Narrows. Narrows goes from this bank all the way over here, all the way across to the channel over there on the bluff. And right now with 2 units of water, you can pretty well drift over the top of it with not much concern, but still need to pay attention. I'd venture to say they're liking the sculpin and peach even a little better than they were liking the sculpin and ginger earlier when I was fishing it. And the Narrows gets pretty shallow, and I just kind of had to remember that. So I need to speed up my jig action. I watched my line start getting pulled back that direction pretty far. It means I was hitting the bottom a bunch. Who's calling me? Alright, I think we'll just go kind of right down here on the other side of the Narrows, and we're gonna call it a day. Oh, I saw him flash his side. He looked pretty big. So it's only maybe 3 feet, just a little bit deeper here. So you can work even that 16th ounce jig pretty quick through the Narrows here. I got my boat kind of dead center right now, and I'm casting right over the top of the channel in the Narrows over there, trying to pick a fish off of it. Oh, do I still have him? Oh! Alright, well, they are definitely biting. The wind is blowing me downstream now, so trying to slow the boat down here. this is going to be my last cast. But so far, the last 3 times I've been out, the jig bite has been fairly good. So if you're coming to fish here soon, I highly suggest getting some jigs and trying it out. We thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll be out here to do it again tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Ooh, that wind.